just a really proud coach after that game, and we will be the first to tell you that there's no moral victories in pro basketball for coming close, but what we look like after 12 days of practice with a lot of new pieces is really exciting about where we can be and where we're going in this direction of the team. Our veterans were tremendous tonight, led by Dearica's career high, just was relentless to the rim. The other night we got outscored in that opening game by a large margin in the paint, and for us to flip the switch tonight and outscore them in the paint by nearly 20 against a team that consistently outscores people in the paint, it was a big win for us in that category. Made a couple youthful turnovers down the stretch, but had an open three with under a minute to go to cut it to one, and we were right there. So super proud of what we're building and what we can become, and our veterans led us, but I think you saw the potential of two rookies and the rim protection that we didn't have last year with Cameron Brink's defensive ability, and then you saw the offensive potential from Rickea. So just really, really excited. We've had 12 practices with this group.
Questions for players?
This question's for Dearica. Obviously having a career high 27 points, but it wasn't easy going up against the defensive presence of Asia Wilson. Just talk a little bit about your game and how you able to be comfortable with this offense, like you said, just having 12 days of practice.
I just think the belief from my coach and my teammates just to be aggressive. Got out to a easy start, quick, like 6 points, and I kind of shied away a little bit. Second half, when I went in the locker room, I told myself, you're the best player on the floor, and go out there and show that. And the flip switch, or the switch flip.
Dearica, Kevin with Fuel Sports Network. Your return to Vegas for the second season was very, very different from last season. Mm-hmm. What, besides that mental talking that you had with yourself in the locker room, what else helped you lead this team and show that your veteran presence is what's going to help this team in the future to be a contender?
Last year when I came in here, I was obviously freshly postpartum. Very different emotions. Very, very emotional last time I came in here. And this time I came in here and I joked with my teammates. I said, I'm not going to be soft this year. But yeah, like I said, just the belief. I told myself, I told the coaches before this year started that I was going to do what I was going to do. So just happy to be here and proud of this team.
We have a virtual question with Infinity TV.
Hey, it's DJ from Infinity TV. This question is for Coach Miller. Coach, the team had some foul trouble today. Can you talk about how you addressed that in practice and how it impacted the game today?
Yeah, appreciate the question. I'll come back to it. Let's ask questions to the players first so we can get them out. I'll come back to that, I promise you.
Okay, go ahead, Card.
Lexie, you have mentioned this is a Bills season, so Lexie, can you elaborate on what are your thoughts on just where you guys moved, the things you saw today?
I saw a lot of fight from this group. We had some people put in positions that they haven't been put in all of camp and any other practices. Rickea sliding to the 3 and me sliding to the 1. When they got that double-digit lead, we could have folded, we could have crumbled, and we didn't. We fought back. So this is a special group. It's a lot of positivity, but we have a lot of learning to do. But the best thing about this group is everyone is so willing to learn. So I'm excited.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lexie, it's just you got shaken up a little bit there. Everything okay with you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dearica, you mentioned, that sort of the emotion was more muted this time. Is that also a part of the fact that you're very linked to this LA franchise now?
Partly. I know I want to be here. I've expressed that to the coaches. I don't know if many people know, but when I got traded, I asked to come to LA. So I believe in this franchise and what they've done, and I wanted to play for Curt. So yeah, I'm just gonna show up and do what I can do every night and lead this team.
Lexie, we spoke during preseason on a Zoom about, your Athletes Unlimited season and just your chat and your announcement. Now you're 2 games into the season, feel a little more comfortable. Curt said before the game that, you found a home and the team has invested in you. Where's your mental state right now in terms of just now that the season's underway and how comfortable you are and sort of at peace with your career?
Yeah, my mental is great. I've said it leading up to this season. This season is one of gratitude. I'm just happy that I'm able to wake up every day and play basketball, because there was a time where I was unsure if I was going to be able to play again. But yeah, this franchise has invested in me long term. My teammates believe in me in a way I've never had teammates believe in me before. So again, I wake up every day with so much gratitude, and I'm excited to go to work every day. I'm excited to go to the gym every day and see them, and I'm just really excited about this group.
Last question for players.
Dearica, you mentioned the last time that you were here, you were postpartum. And there are so many women in this league who are mothers and who are coming back from having children and finishing up their career or continuing their career. Can you talk a little bit about kind of what that journey's been like for you? Because you have been recognized as the 6th Woman of the Year multiple times, but now you're a leader for your team as a veteran and a mother, and I imagine that's a different type of experience for you.
Yeah, Joe said, I got better after Maya, and I got better after Legend, so I think the more kids you have, the better you get. I blinked for a second. Can you re-ask that really fast? The beginning part of it?
Yeah, I imagine this is a
I got you.
part of your journey.
Every woman every athlete in the W that gets pregnant has a different story when they come back, and obviously I did something that, in hindsight's a little bit crazy, but that doesn't discredit the other women that are coming back on their journey. So yeah, shout out to the moms.
Thank you, ladies. Let's see, we'll have questions for Curt next. And we'll start with Infinity TV.
Hey Coach, it's DJ from Infinity TV. Going back to the question about the foul trouble that the starting 5 and the entire team has, how will you address that in practice, and how did it impact today's game?
Yeah, it's a maturation with some of our young players. We want to be physical. We want to try to dictate and disrupt with some of our defensive philosophies. Anyone who's followed my career here now in the WNBA, I have enjoyed the defensive end of the floor with physicality and had some of the best defensive teams during my time, and we're trying to establish that. But again, we have some players that are in more prominent roles than they've ever been, and we have some young players. So there's a growth on how to adjust to how the officials are calling things, and at times pick our battles. There's some times where they just win a possession, and we may have to let that one go to fight another possession. And we talk all the time. We've got to get rid of the 94 feet fouls at the other end and get rid of those. But it's going to be maturation with this group all year. Like Lexie mentioned and the players mentioned, we are having a blast right now teaching this group. They're so open-minded. There's tons of positivity. There's a lightness that I have not felt as a head coach in this league. Obviously, it is different for me to be back in a build, but I am absolutely having the time of my life, and we can't wait to see where this goes.
2 virtual questions. Eric first, and Brad, you'll come second.
Hey, Coach. You go scoreless for over 4 minutes in the second quarter. You lose Lexie Brown to a foot injury. Yet you managed to claw within 4 points in the fourth quarter. What type of resolve does this team have, and how does Lexie exemplify the team's grit?
Yeah, really proud of everybody there, and for Lexie coming back in showed a lot of toughness after a scary potential ankle injury down underneath the basket. So we talked in the locker room about that 14-3 run to end the second quarter and go into halftime. We lost some momentum, and it was started by a hustle play from Kate Martin, off the foul line, and that's what this league, it's just such splitting hairs. It's such a fine line between winning and losing. That hustle by Kate Martin started that run. So we talked about that, but we also remind our players that it's a game of runs. And when we got to the fourth quarter, last game, our first night out this year, it was tied going into the fourth quarter, and we had a tough first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. We wanted to redeem ourselves. We wanted to step up and show that we could compete in a fourth quarter. And our team really came out and showed that toughness and showed that resolve. We were a play away from that becoming really, really interesting down the stretch. And just so proud of our grit. That is growth from game 1 to game 2 in that fourth quarter.
Brad?
Yes, hi Coach. I would love if you could speak of your offense. You did really good under the rim, 52 points in the paint. Why do you think that was so successful?
Yeah, I thought, we did a really good job of moving the basketball and moving people and not getting stuck on one side of the floor. 34 made baskets is a really high number in this league. And so just, proud that we kept attacking, and we're committed to getting the ball to the paint. When appropriate, we'd kick out, but we had a better night rolling and separating in some of our pick and rolls and found some success with that. So that's how I love to play. I think you establish points in the paint, and paint allows you to have easier nights at the arc. So big night for us in the paint.
I thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Carlos Smith, Cross the Line Network. Coach, Cameron Brink did a great job on the defensive end, and Rickea Jackson offensively did a great job scoring. Can you talk about their level of play today and just how well they managed expectations being drafted so early?
Yeah, again, what doesn't always show up in a stat line, I thought Cameron really affected at the defensive end with her rim protection. I know they credited her with 5 blocks, but Cameron also, alters shots. So her defensive presence, while she didn't have as good of an offensive night as she's going to have and is capable of having, she really impacted the game that way. And she got on the defensive glass with 8 defensive rebounds. So excited about Cameron, got to continue to put her in positions to be successful offensively. What a great, lesson out of the gate. You had Tina Charles and then you had Asia Wilson. So it just doesn't get any easier in that position in our league. And then Rickea, again, is a special talent offensively, and she sparked us, was really efficient, made a couple big threes there in the first half, and we slid her down to the 3, and Lexie mentions it. Lexie hasn't played a second, not 1 second of point guard in training camp, and she had to play point guard tonight. And then Rickea, it's been multiple days since we've given her some reps at the 3. And tonight, in the flow of it, had to throw her to the 3 and thought she really handled that. She showed her versatility. She can be an undersized face-up 4 that's hard to match up with, and eventually she's just going to get better and better at the 3 in this position, in this league. So I'm excited. I'm excited about those young lottery picks. They're just scratching the surface. They've had 12 pro practices, and they just competed against a back-to-back champion like they belonged, and they do belong.
Last question.
Yeah, Curt, forgive me, it's a little bit of an uncomfortable question, but during the course of this game, the league acknowledged it is investigating Las Vegas because of this deal with the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Bureau, obviously because of the idea of extra benefits. I know you may not want to comment specifically on that, but especially as somebody who's been an executive in the league, how big of a concern is that from a competitive balance standpoint versus allowing teams to, take advantage of situations they can find with sponsorship?
Yeah, I really have no comment because I'm a little bit uneducated about everything going on, unfortunately, as you know, me as well as anybody in here, I don't have many hobbies, and all I do is watch film. And so I'm a little naive on what the heck's going on, but I'm excited that the league is in a really, really fun position with the viewership and the eyes on our game, the talent that is in our game, the upcoming expansion that's going to happen in this league. Like women's basketball, it's an amazing product in this league. amazing product in this league. We win people over once we get people to our games, and we have an opportunity to explode this game. And I'm really excited about that. That's what I would like to mention. And then lastly, just on a personal note, there is crazy amounts of injuries around the league already to some of our stars. And I am sending out my personal well wishes to all of them. Our league is better when our stars are healthy and playing, and you could put together an all-star team right now with our injuries the first week into the season. And so my heart, my prayers, and my healthy vibes are sent out to the players around this league, because I want to see everybody as healthy as possible.
Thank you, Curt.
Thank you.
Contact the professionals over at Marcus Mounts for all your TV mounting and assembly needs. The Upstate's #1 mounting company with over 4,000 TVs installed. Clean, precise, and affordable. Marcus Mounts TV Mounting Company. Contact us today for an online or over the phone quote.